How's it going, guys? Jaxx here, and today I'm going to be doing my overview video of Orisa, the new character in Overwatch available in the PTR. I am thinking that if you're playing on console, if you're playing on the regular version of PC and you're not on the PTR, I'm thinking within a week, 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks max, she will be on console and regular PC version of Overwatch. So in that meantime, people are going to be testing her out. Blizzard's going to see if she needs to be balanced in any way. But currently, honestly, she is quite fun. There are a number of unique things to her that I think are very interesting, and we're going to get into it in this video. So basically, in the background, you're going to see a number of the skins that are represented by the character currently. She actually has pretty good skins, honestly. There's 4 really good skins that I like, 2 that look kind of like Lucio with that green and black and green and metallic look, and then you have 2 scarab looking skins, what kind of adds to the strength of the character, because honestly she is actually quite tanky. She's kind of a beast. She has 200 regular life and 200 armor, and her moves really coincide with some of the skins that she has. So in the background, you're just going to see her skins that are going to be running through, and then also you're going to see her weapon. If you look at her weapon, if you look on the inside, you're going to see 3 little needles. Those needles are actually projectile weapons, so her firing is not going to be like Soldier 76, for example, or Bastion, where you shoot and you're aiming at somebody and it hits them as soon as you hit the trigger, is going to hit them if you're on them. No, basically this is a projectile weapon, kind of like Fair, where you're gonna have to anticipate where the character is moving just by about, a half second or 2, and I'm going to represent that in the video later on. So that's the character, that's the overview, but I know that we all know what she looks like. You've seen hundreds of videos online, and so we're just going to get right into the rest of the elements of the character. So based on information online and in my own testing, her regular weapon does 12 damage per hit on the body and 24 damage in the head when you get a headshot. So it's actually not too bad of like DPS in general. It's not as much as Soldier. It's not on the high end by any means, but it's not on the low end at all. I would say that it's probably does more damage than D.Va's weapon, but it's different, right? So it's not too bad at all, actually. Damage-wise, I think that she's in a good place, especially for a tank, for a ranged tank, someone who does damage further than D.Va, of course, because D.Va's close range. It's pretty good. Her gun spread is actually pretty decent also. The bullets don't spread too far at all, actually. Maybe like 1 or 2 bullets out of 10 will move a little bit off of the crosshair, but besides that, actually, the spread isn't bad at all. And in her weapon, she has about 200 bullets, and honestly, you feel that when you're playing in any type of game, when you're shooting, you think you got to reload, you've only used like 50 bullets. I would say that her as a character, she's good for individuals who happen to play Soldier or D.Va, who just want to hold their finger on the trigger. I know that I'm sometimes like that with Soldier. I know I should be bursting, but you just want to hold that trigger. Honestly, if you're somebody who just likes to hold the trigger and shoot, she is definitely one of those characters that you can do that with, because honestly, as you're trying to trace characters, as you're trying to hit them at different ranges, it's going to be a benefit to you to just lay out as many bullets as you can, because she has that ammo. You might as well just get out as much DPS as possible. Now, her ultimate is really interesting. So once you get your ultimate, you throw it on the ground, you get 15 seconds of damage increase. It's not as much as Ana's nano boost, and it's more than Mercy's damage increase, so it's somewhere there in the middle. All heroes within 20-25 yards ish will get the damage increase, but her ultimate can be hacked, it can be destroyed, so that's something to keep in mind. It's actually really powerful. You do quite a bit more damage. Just in the video, if you take a look, when I throw it on the ultimate and I fire, you do quite a bit more damage, especially if you're getting those headshots too. So it's a pretty good multiplier. I would say that it's going to be pretty strong. I'm not sure what changes are going to be made by the time she gets released officially, but right now it's definitely really strong. Her barrier right now has 900 health and a 20-second cooldown, and that's big. It's about the same size as Symmetra's barrier. It's not as big as Reinhardt's. It's stationary, you can't move it at all, but you can fire it like up to, you can probably fire it over 100 yards if you aimed it high enough. So that's really good. It's going to basically change up how individuals do choke points on payload objectives. It's going to change how individuals defend on places like Saints Row. So it's a strong ability right now. 900 health is huge, and I see this being a really strong ability if used properly. So in my testing, the Fortify ability that she has, which basically gives her like 5 seconds of immunity will reduce her damage taken by 50%, which is huge. That's awesome. I've noticed it when I was playing. When you're getting into team fights and you have 2 or 3 people on you, you have a Mei shooting you with her icicles, you have a Zarya shooting you, you definitely notice the difference. I'm expecting to be at like 40 life and you have 200. So definitely a super strong ability. And I did my testing in bot games. So basically, you can't be pushed back by Lucio. You can't be Anaslept. Roadhog's ultimate, which pushes you back, doesn't push you back when this ability is activated. You can't get Roadhog hooked. Oh man, what else? You can't get Reinhardt ultimated. You know, that's just a number of the different things. I don't think that Pharah can push you back with her pushback ability. I don't think that Junkrat's ultimate will push you back at all. I don't know about McCree. That's one of the ones that I wasn't able to test, but basically it's called Fortify for a reason. You don't have to worry about being frozen by Mei's ultimate, by Mei's icicles, or her frost, or little whatever she does. So basically, that's huge. That's going to be really big during altercations with characters who have those kickbacks, those pushbacks, which is awesome. So that's good for her. So in the background, you are going to see the hit scan, and I'm going to show you the far away distance as I can be inside the practice range. And I'm going to show you what happens when you're aiming on the bot and shooting, and then what you have to adjust in order to hit them. So if you're aiming right on the bot and you're far away and you're shooting your gun and you're just firing bullets, you're not going to hit the bot at all. Basically, you're going to have to train them. You're going to have to go 1 meter, 2 meters ahead of the character, of the bot, and shoot and kind of match that speed in order to hit him, because it is a projectile weapon. So that's going to be probably the key to mastering her as a character, is going to have to learn at what distances you're going to have to change your train of bullet firing, when to know distances and where to fire, all of that. So basically learning how to train that weapon and how to follow different characters at different ranges is going to be basically the key to doing well with this character, because she does a lot of damage, so you definitely want to hit your bullets. So learning how her weapon works and how it works with different characters at different ranges is going to be huge into getting really good with Orisa when she comes out. So how does she feel as a character? I haven't realized any bugs. She actually plays very fluently. It was tough for me at first. I was playing on PC. I'm mainly playing console currently at the moment. So I was kind of fumbling up with buttons a little bit, but besides that, honestly, character-wise, I think she plays really well. I definitely feel like she's going to be a strong addition to the tank, especially having that range, if you can master her weapon, of course. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but basically she takes a lot of the characteristics of the other tanks. She has that Halt ability like Zarya. She has the shields, just like Winston and Reinhardt. She kind of has that Fortify, which is kind of like her own little barrier. And she has her weapon that's kind of like Diva's, where you have a huge amount of ammo. You slow down when you use it. So she's kind of like a jack of all trades tank, and I think she's going to fit in really well. I think that people are going to find some awesome ways to use her, which leads me to the last thing I want to talk about is her Halt ability. Honestly, I think her Halt ability is going to be one of her strongest moves, and the reason why I say that is characters that like to go hide around corners. I'm thinking about Bastion. I'm thinking about healers who don't want to come out into the main open areas. When I was playing, I found it very helpful to shoot the Halt ability right outside the door, use it, brings the characters right out into the open, and you have the ability to fire at them, and their team could fire at them also. I think it's going to be really good for individuals who are trying to escape, to try to knock off characters off the edge. Honestly, her Halt ability is also going to be one that's going to be a little tough to master, because you have to shoot it and then activate it, and then once it activates, it'll pull them 7 meters away if they're in line of sight. So that's gonna be hard to master also, but that ability is gonna be really good for individuals who want to try to flee, for individuals who are hiding. It's gonna be awesome. So basically, that's how I feel about the character so far. I'm excited about her. I'm curious to see how she's gonna fit into my personal play style, and whether I'm going to include her in some of the individuals that I play with currently online and competitive. So there's Orisa. Hope you guys learned a little bit, and hope you guys liked the video. Like, subscribe, and share. And please comment below if you have any questions. If you don't have access to the PTR, or if you have any questions about our playstyle, anything from the video, just let me know. And I hope to see you in the next one.